1979 Iranian Revolution, Iran stood on the brink of profound change. Under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the nation embarked on a journey of modernization, aiming to rival the world's most advanced countries. His policies sought to industrialize the economy, expand infrastructure, and enhance education, but these efforts came at a significant cost. The Shah's grand vision was enforced with an iron fist, often disregarding the cultural and religious values deeply rooted in Iranian society. Rapid changes widened the gap between the wealthy elite who benefited from reforms and traditional sectors who felt alienated. This growing divide sowed seeds of discontent nationwide. For many, the Shah's regime epitomized oppression. His secret police, Savak, became notorious for ruthlessly stifling dissent and instilling fear. Economically, the landscape was fraught with challenges. The 1970s oil boom brought wealth, but also inflation and economic disparities. The benefits of the Shah's policies were unevenly distributed, leaving many struggling amid rising living costs. Socially, Iranian life was under strain. Traditional values clashed with Western influences embraced by the Shah's regime. Many viewed this Westernization as an erosion of identity, leading to loss and resentment, adding another layer to grievances against the Shah. These multifaceted issues created a volatile environment ripe for change. As the 1970s progressed, cracks in the Shah's regime became more apparent. Iran was a nation of contrasts, modern yet traditional, wealthy yet impoverished, progressive yet repressive. This backdrop set the stage for the Iranian Revolution, a society marked by stark divides and growing discontent. The events that followed transformed Iran and left an indelible mark on the world stage, reshaping political dynamics and influencing revolutionary movements globally. As we delve deeper into this historical narrative, we begin to understand the intricate web of causes leading to the Shah's fall and a new era in Iran. In the mid-20th century, Iran simmered with discontent. While Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi pursued modernization and westernization, many Iranians felt alienated. Amidst this unrest, one figure resonated deeply with the populace: Ayatollah Khomeini. Khomeini, a cleric with profound Islamic knowledge and political awareness, emerged as a formidable opposition voice. From exile, he articulated a vision challenging the Shah's regime, critiquing its policies and advocating for a return to Islamic principles. His messages, spread through smuggled cassette tapes and pamphlets, reached every corner of Iran, tapping into widespread frustrations. Khomeini's rhetoric unified disparate groups under a common cause. Intellectuals, students, religious leaders, and working-class citizens found common ground in his calls for justice and reform. The Shah's authoritarian rule and reliance on a feared secret police had stifled dissent. As the 1970s progressed, economic disparities and political repression under the Shah intensified. Inflation soared, unemployment rose, and the gap between the wealthy elite and impoverished masses widened. These conditions fueled unrest that Khomeini skillfully harnessed, positioning himself as the voice. By 1978, discontent reached a boiling point. Protests erupted nationwide, sparked by grievances over economic hardships and political oppression. Demonstrations quickly gained momentum, with participants from all walks of life uniting in a cry for change. Strikes paralyzed key sectors. Khomeini's influence was palpable during these tumultuous times. His ability to galvanize the masses against the Shah was unprecedented. He called for civil disobedience and nonviolent resistance, urging Iranians to demand a government reflecting their values and aspirations. The Shah, increasingly isolated and out of touch, struggled to quell the rising tide of dissent. His attempts to placate the public with superficial reforms were met with skepticism. The more he tightened his grip, the stronger the movement against him grew. In the face of mounting pressure, the regime's forceful suppression of protests only emboldened the opposition. Khomeini's vision of an Islamic Republic resonated with those yearning for a new order, promising social justice and a return to cultural and religious roots. His calls for unity and perseverance inspired a generation to rise against a regime impervious to change. As the year closed, the revolution's momentum was undeniable. Khomeini's leadership transformed a fragmented opposition into a cohesive force, ready to challenge the Shah's authority. The stage was set for a seismic shift in Iran's political landscape, reverberating far beyond its borders. In this pivotal moment, Ayatollah Khomeini's emergence as a unifying figure amidst growing unrest marked the beginning of the end for the Shah's reign. His ability to channel frustrations and aspirations into a powerful movement set the stage for dramatic events that would soon unfold. In 1978, the Iranian Revolution reached a critical juncture. The nation was engulfed in a wave of protests and strikes. These mass demonstrations were the culmination of years of simmering discontent. The Shah's modernization policies, though ambitious, had alienated. Economic disparity, political repression, and cultural dissonance had sown the seeds of unrest, and now those seeds were bearing fruit. The streets became the battlegrounds of change. Workers, students, religious leaders, and intellectuals joined forces, each group bringing. Factories came to a standstill as workers went on strike, demanding better wages and working conditions. Universities became hotbeds of political activity, with students organizing rallies and sit-ins to voice their opposition to. Mosques, long centers of community life, turned into hubs of revolutionary fervor, where clerics like Ayatollah Khomeini's followers. The Shah's response to this rising tide of dissent was harsh and unyielding. He declared martial law, hoping to. But rather than pacifying the people, the crackdown only fueled their anger. The regime's heavy-handed tactics, including resulted in tragic loss of life, further galvanizing the opposition and drawing international attention to the plight. As the year drew to a close, the protests showed no signs of abating. Instead, they grew in intensity. Under mounting pressure, both at home and abroad, he made the fateful decision to leave Iran. On January 16, 1979, Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi boarded a plane and went into exile, marking the end. The Shah's departure left a power vacuum that was quickly filled by Ayatollah Khomeini, who returned to Iran. His arrival was met with jubilant celebrations as millions of Iranians lined the streets to welcome the man. Khomeini's return signaled a new chapter for Iran, a chapter that would see the establishment of the Islamic Republic. The transition from monarchy to theocratic republic was swift and decisive. In a matter of weeks, the revolutionary forces dismantled the remnants of the Shah's regime and began to lay the foundations for a new. A national referendum held in April 1979 overwhelmingly approved the creation of an Islamic Republic with Khomeini. This seismic shift in Iran's political landscape was not just a change in governance, it was a redefinition. The revolution had succeeded in overthrowing a regime that many viewed as corrupt and oppressive, but it also set Iran on a path of profound transformation. The new Islamic Republic sought to reshape Iranian society accordingly. The events of 1978 and early 1979 were not merely a climax in the narrative of the Iranian Revolution. They were a turning point that altered the course of the country's history. The revolution's impact reverberated far beyond Iran's borders, influencing revolutionary movements and political ideologies across the Middle East and the. As we reflect on this dramatic unfolding of events, we see a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring quest for justice and self-determination. The Iranian Revolution remains a complex and multifaceted phenomenon, its legacy continuing to shape the geopolitical landscape and the lives of millions. The 1979 Iranian Revolution was a watershed moment that irrevocably altered Iran's history. With the establishment of the Islamic Republic, a new era dawned, characterized by profound transformations and enduring challenges. The revolution marked the end of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi's reign and initiated a complex socio-political landscape under Ayatollah Khomeini's leadership. The changes implemented by the new regime were sweeping and immediate. The monarchy was abolished, replaced by a theocratic government guided by Islamic principles and Khomeini's vision. This transition was not merely a change in leadership, but a complete overhaul of Iran's political, social, and economic systems. The new constitution enshrined the role of religion in governance, fundamentally altering the fabric of Iranian society. However, the path forward was fraught with challenges. Iran faced the daunting task of rebuilding its identity amidst the ruins of revolution. The new government had to navigate myriad internal and external pressures, from managing economic instability and addressing the needs of a diverse population to dealing with international isolation and sanctions. The revolution sparked hope for many, but it also led to a period of tumult and uncertainty as the country grappled with its newfound direction. The impact of the revolution extended far beyond Iran's borders. It inspired a wave of Islamic movements across the Middle East, challenging existing political orders and reshaping regional dynamics. The revolution's emphasis on anti-imperialism and rejection of Western influence resonated widely, fueling debates and conflicts that continue today. Iran's geopolitical stance shifted dramatically, influencing its relationships with neighboring countries and global powers alike. The legacy of the 1979 Iranian Revolution is one of complexity and contradiction. On one hand, it empowered a nation to reclaim its sovereignty and cultural identity. On the other, it set in motion events leading to prolonged internal strife and external tensions. The revolution's ideals of justice and equality remain aspirational goals, yet its execution has been marked by controversy and division. As we reflect on the revolution's enduring legacy, it is crucial to acknowledge its multifaceted impact. The revolution was not a singular event, but a catalyst for ongoing transformation within Iran and beyond. It serves as a reminder of the power of collective action and the enduring struggle for self-determination. In conclusion, the 1979 Iranian Revolution stands as a testament to the complexities of revolutionary change. It reshaped Iran's identity, influenced regional geopolitics, and left a lasting imprint on the global stage. As we look to the future, the revolution's legacy challenges us to consider the balance between tradition and modernity, the role of ideology in governance, and the ongoing quest for justice and freedom. The story of the Iranian Revolution is far from over, and its echoes will undoubtedly continue to resonate for generations to come.